Phil Hellmuth is looking down at ace-6 offsuit. Pre-flop begins with a sequence that feels standard on the surface, but hints at the chaotic dynamic Hellmuth brings to the table.
You get any threes?
Phil opens to 2,000 with ace-6 offsuit, a hand that is technically an opener in this format, but creates massive reverse implied odds when deep stacked.
Thought you were done with that move.
No, I'm not done with this move. 2K's perfect.
Fishman, true to his name, plays passively by just flatting pocket tens, a hand that screams for a squeeze play here, and this invites Williams to come along with queen-jack offsuit. Williams has a hand that plays well multi-way, but by letting three players see a flop, the table has created a scenario where hand strengths will be muddy and Phil's aggression will likely overcompensate for his marginal holding.
Oh, you guys have fun.
Yep.
Joe and I will play pinochle over here.
The flop hits everyone just enough to be dangerous. Williams flops top pair. Fishman has an overpair to the 6 but is blocked by the jack, and Hellmuth finds bottom pair. Here is where the poker brat logic takes over. Instead of checking to the pre-flop caller or playing pot control with a weak pair, Phil leads out for 6,600. It is a protection bet gone wrong. He is trying to end the hand immediately, fearing overcards.
Dave, how much you got behind?
75,000.
75?
The LC's got Hellmuth, but he's a dog to Williams.
And you got me covered, right?
I think so.
I'm almost... Oh, I feel so strongly that I have you.
Right read on Phil.
So strongly. But I don't know what that Dave's doing behind me. What is he coming in with? Oh, man. It's gonna be my first really good or really bad play of the night that everybody gets to see.
When Fishman folds, Williams makes the disciplined call. David knows that Phil is capable of stabbing here with pure air or draws, and raising would only isolate him against better hands. By just calling, Williams keeps Hellmuth's bluffs alive, a textbook float with top pair. The turn comes the 8, changing nothing structurally, and Hellmuth decides to turn his hand into a polarizing sledgehammer. He fires 20,000, a massive overbet relative to his actual hand strength. This is where Phil gets himself into trouble. He is effectively turning a hand with showdown value into a bluff.
I'm starting to feel a little better about my decision.
Williams realizes he is likely ahead of everything except a random set of 3s or 8s, so he pays to see the river, confident that Phil is splashing around with a draw or a weaker made hand.
Phil shows, so does Dave.
I knew it was David that had to
You
worry
won't
about.
see that hand fling him again.
I knew I had nothing to worry about with him.
By the way, that was a strong call, kid. So I gotta say, I'm folding that for 29.
Beat that one guy. Got the f***ing calling station as a jack.
The calling station. You're not David. You're the calling station. The businessman, the calling station.
He's the guy that's going to give me 50,000 for no reason, Dave is. Plays every hand.
Dave, pick up your head because you've picked up your game. You're in Profitville.
I really like watching you guys make these high-level genius plays because someday I aspire to do them too, and I'm being this close.
That was 5 levels above me right there.
No. Actually, I never try to bluff David. I rarely do, but he's just a complete calling station. Dude, you're the biggest calling station at the table.
Joe Cata, look to your left. That's your future.
He would have folded the river. I know you would have folded the river because he called the 20 to see what you do on the river, right?
Yeah, I thought I had the best hand. I mean, that's why I'm frustrated. He's played every pot against me. How can he show up with a jack?
Phil Hellmuth is looking down at ace-9 offsuit. Pre-flop. This is another hand that looks harmless on the surface but quietly lays the trap. Martinez opens with a perfectly reasonable raise with a suited connector that can smash a lot of boards. Hellmuth just flats, which already puts him in an awkward spot.
This is one of the best thing we have. Did you like it?
Minieri peels happy to set mine and play a small pair in position, and Perkins closes the action in the blinds, getting a big price.
Tweak.
Italy was the first place I went where I bought pizza by the kilogram. They weighed it, and they said, oh, you have 180, whatever.
The flop looks dry to Hellmuth, but is extremely live for the field. Perkins checks, and Martinez decides to check as well,
This is the Phil lock check. No, notice
He's two-handed check.
sometimes he likes this. I like that little.
controlling the pot with just 2 overcards and an open-ended straight. When the action gets to him, Hellmuth seizes the chance to bluff c-bet and fires 4,200. He has 2 overcards and some straight equity with the 9, and his bet folds out exactly the kind of weak holdings you expect from the blinds and from Minieri. That part works. Minieri and Perkins both get out of the way. Martinez, however, is never folding. His hand has a ton of equity against a single C betting range, and check calling keeps all of Hellmuth's bluffs and thin value hands alive while disguising his own draw. The turn is the disaster card for Hellmuth and the dream card for Martinez.
12,800. I'll take this one now. You fold. I win.
I know.
Against that range, Martinez is thrilled to call. He is ahead of all the bluffs and semi-bluffs, ahead of any 8x that decided to stab, and still has redraws even when Hellmuth happens to have a big hand. The river pairs the board with the 7. Having let Hellmuth drive the action on both flop and turn, Martinez finally leads for 15,500 into a big pot. It is a classic blocker-looking value bet designed to get paid by exactly the kind of overpairs and stubborn one-pair hands Hellmuth likes to hero call with. Hellmuth, though, goes one level too far. With ace-9, he has nothing but ace-high and a missed straight draw.
Raise it. 45,000.
And instead of giving up, he turns it into a bluff, raising to 60,500, trying to represent a monster, 7, or a slow-played set. The problem is that Martinez's line is far more consistent with a strong made hand than with a bluff. Martinez thinks it through.
Please don't have forceful.
What you got?
Huh?
What you got?
If this was your hand, how are you playing it? Comment it below and let's compare different ways to play this out.
You got fourths?
I might have forceful. I might not.
Okay, call.
Wow.
Good call. You win.
Oh my God, what is going on? What is going on?
Tilt
oh my
juice!
God.
Get the tilt juice out for
hand, bro.
everyone. Have
Thank
a
you.
little sip.
Drink it up.
I can't make that call.
So sick.
I can't make that call. No, I can't make that call.
No, he bet 15,000 with the 10.
I broke back, so you can raise and bluff.
I'm steaming now.
Oh,
I
you
mean,
got some. Me and you
I
on
know.
tilt.
Now I know. I mean, it's so brutal because now I know he's going to lose all his money to one of you guys, and I might go broke in the meantime. He put in 70,000 with top pair. I haven't seen that in a cash game in 2 years.
That was good though.
He was right, but I haven't seen that in 2 years.
Phil Hellmuth is looking down at pocket queens. Pre-flop, this is one of those classic big pair collision spots where the trap is sprung before a flop is even dealt. Hellmuth opens to 800 with completely standard and absolutely expecting to be ahead of most of the table.
I have the button. I shouldn't even look. I should just decide I'm gonna win. Oh, I don't have to decide I'm gonna win. I'm just gonna win.
Lock calls.
I'm just gonna win this one.
Lock flats, which already narrows him to a lot of medium-strength hands and some traps.
I bet the pot.
Bill Perkins comes in with the pot.
Little pottage.
Pottage in the cottage.
Pottage.
In the cottage.
That sizing is fine. It isolates the opener, punishes Lock's call, and announces a very strong range.
How much do you have there anyway?
What is it?
Nothing.
You keep saying not much, and this is a 25K chip, kid.
Nothing. I don't know.
Hellmuth looks down at queens, sees Lock's dead money in the middle and the wide public perception that Perkins can be splashy, and decides to...
All right, I raised the pot too.
Hi-ya!
It is a sizing that does 2 things at once. It tries to shut Leak out, and it tests Perkins to see whether he really has it or is just leaning on position.
What are my choices?
Ship it, call, or fold.
I re-raised the pot.
All right, I'm all in. I'm all in.
It's all in. Okay. Aces or?
I got queens.
I have kings.
Holy cow.
I mean, let's just run it once, I guess.
Go.
I decided in advance I'm only going to run it once today.
You know what? Poker should get back to this one-time thing. It's so manly. It's like the West. We're gonna go find gold and go into the West and run it one time.
6, 5, 8, all hearts. Turn. Ace of diamonds. 10 of clubs, and Perkins is going to double up.
Nice hand.
Thank you. Ta-da! I finally won a hand. I had maximum tilt juice. It was like overdrive.
I mean, the businessman, you know, he shows up with kings when he has 43,000. Come on.
You know, and I almost...
So ridiculous what happens to me in this game.
Phil Hellmuth is looking down at pocket jacks.
I don't like giving away 30 balls with ace-9. It's not my style. Ugh. Not my style, John.
I can't fire you. I can't fire from you. King.
Preflop creates a dynamic where Phil Hellmuth's cautious nature inadvertently invites disaster. Jungleman opens to 1,200 with king 6 suited, a loose, creative open typical of his style. Mike X, holding ace-10 offsuit, puts in a 3-bet to 3,800. Hellmuth, sitting with pocket jacks, finds himself in a tricky spot. Rather than 4-betting to isolate and define his hand strength, Phil decides to just smooth call. This passivity invites Jungleman to come along for the ride, creating a 3-way pot where jacks are vulnerable to overcards and multi-way action. The flop is a mixed bag. It is a disaster for Hellmuth as the king hits Jungleman's range squarely. Jungleman has flopped top 2 pair kings and 6s. Mike X, the pre-flop aggressor, completely whiffs. The action checks to Mike X, who makes a standard continuation bet of 4,400. Hellmuth, now trapping himself, just calls with his underpair. He is stubborn, unwilling to believe the king hit anyone, but Jungleman is lying in wait. He check raises to 15,400. This is a massive power move. Mike X quickly folds his air. Hellmuth, however, interprets this raise differently.
He's just crushed. What in the world do you have, Jungle?
Mickey.
Do you have what?
My name is Mickey.
What do you have, Mickey? All right, let me just run it through my mind. Let's see. If I'm moving and I'm wrong, I'll probably just fucking quit. That's not much fun, is it? On the other hand, the Warriors are playing, so that's okay. You have a 6, Jungle Man. I was wrong against Nick. I'm not wrong too often. What the fuck? Mickey, what do you have, Mickey?
He looks at his stack of roughly 16,000 remaining and decides he is pot committed. Perhaps he puts Jungleman on a draw or a smaller pair like 8s or 9s. In a move born of frustration and a refusal to be pushed around.
Fuck, I just don't believe you, Jungle. All right,
I just don't believe you. I just don't believe you, and unfortunately for Phil Hellmuth, he is drawing dead to 2 outs.
All right, 2 times.
Ugh.
Don't do me dirty now. I already trusted you.
What the fuck is going on here? What do you have? 10s?
No. Shooter private.
Only a jack will save Phil Hellmuth now. Otherwise, his second buy-in will be gone as well. And that is not a jack, my friends, 9 of diamonds.
Phil, you're a bro.
Fair, man. Oh, fuck, this is not much fun. Where's my phone?
Phil Hellmuth is looking down at ace-9 suited.
It's not the table I expected.
1,100.
Preflop begins with Phil Hellmuth trying to navigate the choppy waters of a deep-stacked cash game. Phil opens to 1,100 with ace-9 of clubs. It is a marginal hand to open from early position, but Phil trusts his post-flop reads. Mike X calls, keeping the pot multi-way. However, Nick Airball, the loud and aggressive newcomer, wakes up with pocket queens. He senses weakness and 3 bets to 6,200. This is a pivotal moment. The correct play for ace-9 facing a large 3-bet is almost always to fold.
All in.
Oh no! The misstep from Hellmuth as he moves all in.
You're the best, Phil.
Whatever you want, Phil.
2 times?
Good luck, buddy.
And it's Airball's reputation.
I feel like I'm gonna hit the first one.
I feel like you're scooping.
Airball's reputation gets him these kind of plays.
I know these things.
Never mind.
Flush draw.
we mind, right?
Ace or a club.
How many outs?
That's 8 clubs and 3 aces, 11 outs.
So what's your
33 outs?
What's your percentage? Like
25%. Exactly.
All right, so 100% for Phil, 0% for Nick. We know this story. Tale as old as time, and the next board we get the ace.
Nope, 10 of hearts. And 2 clubs have been wasted, by the way.
I've been getting crushed forever. Phil wins all the money in poker. I just lose. A little rake back for the kid. I've been beaten
nope.
down.
King high board. 2 hearts out there. Hellmuth looking sad.
I
Not what I expected.
I like your chances.
I don't think so.
Need some kind of competition.
I'll take, if I lose this, I'll take 20. Nice hand.
But you seem like a nice guy, Mike. I won't talk smack to you.
An airball. Scoops, wins $56,000 pot, and does fell to Phil Hellmuth. Hellmuth bought in for $20K, had worked it up to about $29,000 before losing all of it to airball. So he is in for a second buy-in, but they are min buy-ins.
Phil Hellmuth is looking down on Jack-10 suited.
That just makes me so sick to my stomach. I mean, whether I'm right or wrong, it just makes me sick that...
Pre-flop this looks innocent, but the roles at the table are already defined. Mercier is the young, aggressive straddler. Hellmuth is the self-appointed sheriff who hates getting pushed around. Hellmuth just limps with Jack-10 suited, a hand that could easily open or raise, but that he chooses to park in the weeds. The flop comes 4-5 king, 2 diamonds. It is a board that hits the straddler way more than the limper. Mercier has actually connected, bottom pair plus a gut shot, with some backdoor diamond possibilities. Hellmuth has pure air. When Hellmuth checks, Mercier does exactly what you expect a good aggressive player to do. He fires 1,200 into the dead money. Small sizing, classic range bet saying, I have all the kings, fives, and random pairs here, and you probably don't. Hellmuth's response is immediate and loud. He snap raises to 4,000. That raise is not really about his cards. It is about yanking the pot away from the kid who just stabbed at it. The turn brings the ace of clubs and dramatically shifts the texture without actually improving either hand in a made hand sense. Mercier's 4 is still just a small pair, but now Hellmuth picks up a legitimate draw. After representing strength on the flop, Hellmuth has found some real backup equity. He leans into the story and bets 8,000. That sizing is telling. It is not all in pressure. It is a keep calling if you dare. The river is the 6 of hearts, a complete brick for Hellmuth. This is the moment where a lot of players light money on fire by following through just because they have to tell the story. Hellmuth does something quietly smart. He gives up. He checks and admits that his bluff has run out of road.
What the is going on here? The bad player should call with bottom pair. I call 9,000 more with Jack-10 or whatever the hell he had. I just spike a jack like it's nothing.
Like 2 jacks.
I'm glad you're enjoying it, Donnie. Well done.
I would be.
That's fine. You made a good call. I just want to play another 5-6 hours and see how many times you lose with hands like that. Jason, I think, is an excellent player.
You just said he was a bad player.
I'm the
right
bad
after
player,
the hand, you go, these bad players. And he's the one who made these bad players calling me with bottom pair. See, that's the thing. You insult him because you're losing and feel like it's okay.
I thought you hit the 6. I was kind of upset. That's
why I hit the 6.
I made a disgusting check on the river.
Check.
God, I just lost.
Put him on 6-7.
6 games.
Phil Hellmuth is looking down at Jack-9 offsuit. Pre-flop begins with a strategic dynamic that sets a dangerous trap for the table's most famous personality. Hellmuth, the poker brat himself, initiates the action from middle position with Jack-9 offsuit. Opening such a speculative hand is a classic Hellmuth field play. He is looking to navigate post-flop streets rather than relying on raw card equity. The flop falls an absolute dream for Hellmuth. He has flopped top 2 pair, a monster in a multi-way pot. However, the action takes an unorthodox turn when Stern decides to lead out with a donk bet. This move is designed to confuse the aggressor and define the hand immediately. Stern is currently sitting with queen high, but he has an open-ended straight draw to make the nuts. Friedman wisely gets out of the way, but Hellmuth realizes he cannot play passively on such a coordinated board. He executes a powerful raise to 15,000, effectively charging any draws.
Wow, nice hand.
The turn brings the 8, which is the single most catastrophic card in the deck for Hellmuth. It completes the straight for Stern. In a brilliant tactical reversal, Stern does not check to the razor, he leads out again for 25,000. This is a masterclass in psychological warfare. By leading out after the board gets scarier, Stern makes his hand look like a semi-bluff or a pair of jacks that is scared of the straight. Hellmuth is now in a strategic torture chamber. He still holds 2 pair, but he is staring at a straight on the board. The river is the 7, a card that puts even more straights on the board and makes the hierarchy even muddier. Stern, sensing that Hellmuth is in call-down mode, fires a final value bet of 35,000. He is asking Hellmuth to pay a significant tax to see the winner. Hellmuth enters a deep tank, visibly agonized by the board runout. He knows that any 10 or 5 beats him, yet his 2 pair feels too precious to release.
Is this for real? I mean, are these hands for real?
Phil's impression of David after dentist.
Wow. What can I beat? I mean, I guess I can beat Jack 8. All right.
Phil calls.
Ejector seat in 3, 2, 1, blast off.
I'm shocked he called. I didn't think he was going to call these.
Hands for real?
I don't know what you could have to call the raise and just fire. That was weird. I thought you were going to lay that one down, brother.
Nice hand, buddy.
Nice hand, buddy. Where's my blow up?
Okay, I'll lead it off. You want to go?
I mean, what the f?
That's more like it.
Peeled an 8 off for me. Can't come up.
So?
So sick. You can't find a queen on the turn so that he can lose like 50,000 almost dead or... No.
Donnie raises.
Frickin' guy, just an 8. Put in 15,000 to draw to an open under. Finally decided to play a big hand with the nuts. And they hit their miracle there too.
I thought you said you had 10-8.
I didn't think you were that stupid to believe it, but maybe you are.
I mean, I didn't think you were stupid enough to call, but since we're making personal attacks already.
Yeah, another bad winner, huh?
Phil Hellmuth is looking down at ace-10 offsuit. Pre-flop begins with a strategic setup that perfectly illustrates the kicker trouble trap, which often defines high-stakes amateur versus pro dynamics.
The other hand.
Mr. Businessman.
The businessman.
Williams
The
folds.
businessman.
I love it. I love it. Let's go.
Locks out 2.
Mr. Value Bet. You just look at me like a piggy bank.
The flop falls 3 diamonds, and it couldn't have been better for Perkins. Hellmuth, despite being the pre-flop aggressor, decides to check. This is a classic small ball move from Hellmuth. He realizes his ace is a good draw and wants to let the other players define themselves before he makes a move. The turn brings the 10, the absolute doom card for this specific hand configuration. Hellmuth has now improved to top pair, but the hierarchy is brutal. Hellmuth leads out for 6,000, finally betting for value and protection now that he has connected with the board. Fishman wisely folds his deuces. However,
Min raise.
Perkins decides to ramp up the aggression. He executes a min raise to 12,000. Perkins is finally starting to snap the trap on Hellmuth, who decides to make the sticky call. The river is the 4, a complete brick that changes nothing about the hand values. Hellmuth checks, adhering to his defensive posture after being raised on the turn. He is now purely in bluff catch mode. Perkins, having committed to his aggressive line, now faces a critical value sizing decision. He fires a curious bet of 6,000.
This she's running so good.
Businessman is turning over queen-high flushes.
That's supreme donkey to you, sir.
I mean,
Ooh, I was dodging that. I was dodging that ace. I dodged that ace of diamonds.
Bullets were flying.
How did you flop 3 diamonds with the 2 in your hand, and then defend against 2 more diamonds coming out? How did
Well, I mean, how lucky did I get? I'm check raising them all in on the flop. I had the nut flush draw, and it's the businessman, you know.
What business are you in, Mr. Businessman?
Phil Hellmuth is looking down at ace-king offsuit. Stern initiates the action from early position with pocket fives, a classic speculative hand that thrives on set, mining or outplaying opponents on low, uncoordinated boards. He raises to 1,500. Hellmuth, sitting in middle position with ace-king offsuit, decides to exert his dominance. He executes a textbook 3-bet to 5,500. This is a definitive statement of strength. The flop falls a dry and paired texture that creates an immediate strategic stalemate. Hellmuth, despite being the pre-flop aggressor, checks his ace-king. This is a disciplined small ball move in a 3-way pot on a paired board. A continuation bet often only gets action from hands that have him crushed, like a queen or a pocket pair. Capella also checks his air. Stern, however, decides to take a stab at the pot. He leads out for 8,500. This lead into the 3-better is a probing move designed to define Hellmuth's range immediately. Hellmuth, sensing that Stern might be testing him with a smaller pair or a total airball, decides to make a sticky call. He is floating with ace-high, intending to gather more information on the turn. The turn brings the 6. Hellmuth checks for a second time, sticking to his defensive, investigative line. He is effectively playing check call mode, hoping to see a cheap showdown or waiting for Stern to show a sign of weakness. This is the pivotal moment for Stern. Holding pocket fives, he currently has the best hand, but it is incredibly fragile. The river is the 7. Hellmuth checks for a third time. He has reached the end of the hand with ace-high, and his only hope of winning is a check-check showdown. Stern looks at his pair of fives and has one last decision to make. He considers a value bet, but he realizes that Hellmuth is unlikely to call with a worse hand.
Stern checks.
Ace-king.
And Stern wins a pot of more than 34 grand.
Pretty good check there.
Wait for it. Wait for it.
This is my favorite part.
He had a lot of outs there. Same.
I think you could have bluffed him too. I think
Of course I
Danny's
could have
fold.
bluffed
If you
him,
bet
but-
the river, you're gonna fold, right, Donnie?
He called the river.
If you bet
for sure.
if you bet $2,200.
I would have raised.
He could have bet 2,200, I think.
Yeah.
You guys are never smart enough to raise the right amount.
There we go. That's what I'm talking about.
What the man?
That's just Phil's way of saying, nice hand.
Phil Hellmuth is looking down at pocket tins.
100, 200, 300.
Hearing Phil talk about Alex, I kind of want Alex to felt him on this hand.
Pre-flop captures the absolute chaos of the creator game, where traditional poker logic often goes out the window in favor of ego. Mr. Beast, the YouTube titan known for his splashy style, opens the action to 1,000 with 9-8 offsuit. It is a loose open, but standard for his image. Tom Dwan calls, and then the action falls to Phil Hellmuth. Sitting with pocket tens, Phil decides to put an end to the nonsense immediately. He puts in a massive 3-bet to 13,000. This is Phil's signature play, an oversized raise designed to punish the amateurs and take down the dead money right there. However, Alexandra Botez, the chess grandmaster turned poker player, has other plans.
I want everyone to know that what's happening at this table is most certainly not poker. It's something far different, you know?
I like this game a lot better.
Call it addiction.
She makes the cold call, likely relying on the immense implied odds and the fact that she has position on the poker brat. This sets off a chain reaction. Mr. Beast and Dwan both called a huge price, creating a bloated 4-way pot of over 52,000 going to the flop. Phil Hellmuth is now trapped in a nightmare. He has built a massive pot with a medium pair.
But it's rare we get all these people together in the same spot. We should enjoy it.
It is nice.
The flop falls.
The flush for Alexandra Botez, the rich get richer.
Hellmuth checks immediately. Phil's pocket tens have gone from a premium holding to a mere underpair. He is in survival mode, hoping to see a free turn card or get to a cheap showdown.
Raise to 50.
That is 50,000.
Ridiculous.
You know,
what a fuck.
if you did like 20, I probably would have called, but have fun with that.
Really? I thought you called everything.
What'd you call 13,000 with this time? King, queen offsuit or some shit?
Calm down.
Run it out. Let me see it.
Yeah, of course.
Actually, I may have been too aggressive. That was my bad.
What the fuck is going on here?
Phil, I gotta tell you,
I had,
I could watch this for like, I don't even know, a week straight.
No, she's gonna give it all to me. What's she called with some bullshit hand? What do you think?
But also, you were cool.
Can I play behind?
Phil Hellmuth is looking down at King 10 offsuit.
To the fans at home, no one even has a chance of understanding.
There are some fans at home that are like, oh wait, I see Phil's playing just based on reads.
Call.
And you know, but then they don't understand the subtlety of the trapping game.
Raise. 1,000 then. Boom.
The trapping game's a long-term game.
We head to the flop three-way, with Phil out of position and holding a marginal hand against a pre-flop raiser who likely has him crushed. This is a chaotic texture. JR has flopped middle set with his queens, a monster hand, but on a monotone board, he is terrified of the flush. Phil is chasing, but he also knows that his 10 of clubs is a powerful blocker. If the 4th club hits, he can represent the nuts even if he doesn't have it.
Turn.
Not be offended. Yes, you will.
Here, Hellmuth makes a move that baffles modern pros. He leads out, a donk bet, for 6,000. This is Phil trying to seize control of the pot cheaply, perhaps sensing that JR is scared of the ace or the flush. JR, however, is not buying it. Holding a set, he raises to 19,000. He wants to charge Phil for drawing. Keating folds, but Phil makes a stubborn call.
The fuck do you have? Aces and queens?
What is Hellmuth doing here? Call 13,000. Is he going to represent a club? Well, the river's a 5. He's got king high.
Keating and I are going to chug a beer.
What's going on here?
Old world style. If you guys have like a porno, I'll have one with you. A what?
22,000. He calls with king high. Mr. Reed. What a read. Wow.
Well, I think that was someone's table, Chimon.
Flabbergasting.
That was their Corona.
Okay. Fuck, I got fucked up because of the app game. This JR bluffs all his money off on the app game. Just a big ace is good enough to lead out just so he could bluff me. I let out just so he would raise. He fell for it, but he had a set. Later, I'm going to lead out with the nuts he's going to raise. I have to. You won all that money? I called you with ace 10.
Yeah.
I won all that money because of the app game.
Guys,
but now it's my turn.
Freebird, just have a Corona.
I forgot how tight you're playing today.
Hellmuth kicks things off with pocket deuce. This is a hand that only someone as wild as Phil Hellmuth can play when faced with a raise. Little does he know, his aggression will end up making him mad once again.
You were like drawing dead.
Right after making the call, Hellmuth plays one of his special cards. Complete shithousery. He directly calls out his opponent for drawing dead and bluffing him. Let's see if it will work out. Perkins completely unbothered by Hellmuth's antics calls with 8-4 suited. I guess these must be his lucky numbers, or else I don't see a reason why he would go three-way with these cards. The flop is here, and oh boy, does it deliver some drama. We have 5 with 2 jacks. Now it can be anyone's game. Let's see what Hellmuth will do here. With Perkins and Williams both showing weakness with their checks, Hellmuth will want to take control of the pot. To do that, he instantly fires a bet for $4,000. Perkins with his 8-4 suited didn't have to think too long about what to do next, and does what every one of us would do in this spot and folds. Williams, on the other hand, didn't think at all. He snap-called the bet as if he is holding the nuts and is just waiting for Hellmuth to bloat the pot some more. The turn delivers a queen of clubs, which makes things even more interesting. Now Williams has an open-ended straight draw and is looking stronger than ever in this hand. Even though the turn improved his hand, Williams still decides to check in order to see how Hellmuth will play it out first. And that's exactly what Hellmuth was waiting for. After no more than a few seconds of thinking, he fires another 4,000 bet, trying to pressure Williams out of seeing the river. For better or for worse, Williams almost snap calls the bet, which means he either thinks Hellmuth has nothing or is just feeling super lucky.
Even a 5 or a queen can counterfeit Phil's hand.
The turn delivers a king, which completely shifts the game, and Williams is now in the lead. Make sure to watch until the end to see Hellmuth going crazy after the showdown.
King.
Here it comes.
That's the ejector seat straight out of Goldfinger. Yums.
Moron,
Tony G is looking down on 10-9 offsuit.
Here we go, Phil. Did you raise it?
Pre-flop is Tony G doing exactly what Tony loves to do. Take a hand that plays huge on connected boards and drag Hellmuth into a pot.
Back to the same tricks.
I'm not going to let you two just enjoy
Back to
the
the
pan.
same old, same old.
I feel like I'm stuck in the middle of a triangle.
Stuck in the middle.
Hellmuth opens King-Jack, a very Hellmuth hand. Strong enough to raise, not quite strong enough to want a giant pre-flop war. Tony flats with 10-9 suited, the classic, let's see a flop and torture you later. The flop comes 8, Queen-Jack, and it is a total car crash in slow motion. For Tony G, it is perfect. 10-9 gives him the nut straight immediately.
We're going to draw. Draw your gun.
I got a big draw, Tony. What do you want me to do?
The turn brings the 5 of diamonds, which looks like a total brick. Nothing about this card should scare off a player who was happy on the flop. Tony now leans on the situation. The sizing tells the full story. Into a pot that was already inflated. This is not a little probe, it is a serious ask. With the nuts, Tony wants value from exactly what Hellmuth has. Strong 1-pair hands and pair plus draws that hate folding versus him. Hellmuth thinks it through and calls again.
Where's the big draw now? Oh, where's the big draw? I think I'm going to check to you or what?
Well, I thought maybe you would, yeah.
Yeah.
Hellmuth is now facing the most brutal question. Do you really think I am the kind of guy who triple barrels this size with nothing on this board after you called twice? Or, if Tony ever gives up his bluffs on earlier streets, which he often does when met with resistance, then this river bet becomes heavily weighted toward value. Hellmuth tanks and convinces himself that against Tony G specifically, people just do not always have it.
All right, I call.
He makes the call.
There you go. Welcome to the game.
Ouch.
Just flops the nuts just off the bat.
Welcome to the game. You've been doing a lot of talking. Now show me your bullets. Show me what you brought to the game. Where's your money? Don't tell me you're going to play with that crap. You're not going to embarrass yourself here, are you? Yet again. Phil, produce.
Tony G is holding 5-4 offsuit. Pre-flop. Tony G opens to 1,000. Hellmuth bumps it to 2,000. That re-raise looks small, almost like a keep it friendly sizing, but it is actually very revealing. With a hand that plays great post-flop and dominates Tony's usual junk, Hellmuth chooses control over punishment. He does not go big and try to blow Tony out. He invites him in.
Things can get nasty at the end, right? The river was wild.
Confident that if they see a flop, he will outplay him. Tony checks, which is standard with his marginal pair and draw potential. But Hellmuth checks back as well. That check from a 3-better on this texture is all about pot control and deception. In Hellmuth's head, his hand is good often enough that he wants to see turns and rivers without inflating variance. From Tony's perspective, this is the perfect moment to take the lead. He bets 4,000. It looks like a probe from a weak 9 or a semi-bluff, but underneath it is pure value, designed to keep Hellmuth's entire range in.
Call.
That's 10 grand. Phil calls, sees the bad news.
He has a full house.
You didn't raise?
At least maybe we'll get the blow up we're all waiting for.
I know you got a flush.
The 9. This guy's raising.
He's got a
raising.
9. You drew.
Explosion's about to happen.
Bring the trike.
Bottom pair against top pair, where he's going to pay me off another 7,000-8,000, but no, he fills up and wins 14 from me.
You're a disgrace to the game.
Where do you come up with that?
I'll tell you, can I tell you one thing, Tony? Can I tell you one thing? I wish that I weren't a bad loser sometimes, but it's 10 times as bad to be a bad winner. And you're a bad winner, my friend.
Phil Hellmuth is looking down at ace-jack offsuit. Pre-flop begins with a scenario that is practically designed to tilt Phil Hellmuth before a single card is pitched. The game is featuring a straddle from Jennifer Tilly and a double straddle from Tony G, which effectively cuts the effective stack sizes in half.
All over straddle, all over.
Double straddle from Tony.
You're taking away my straddle energy.
I'm not. I'm putting more money in there for the good players.
That's like wasted
You
money
can raise
now.
him. You can raise him comfortably, knowing that he hasn't looked at his cards.
This structure forces players to loosen up and fight for the pot, but it also amplifies the penalty for mistakes. Hellmuth decides to attack. In a vacuum, this is a standard aggressive play.
All right, I opened for the pot.
Pot's it.
And you looked, right?
Well, I think I looked. Allegedly, I looked.
Tony.
I'm all in.
Pot limit, brah.
Without looking?
Without looking.
Pretty sure he looked.
Well, you can't be all in.
60.
Tony G tries to just shove here to deny equity, but he forgets the game is pot limit, so he actually 3-bets to 21,600.
You slow down. You slow down a bit. You got to save the rest.
It is large enough to commit a significant portion of chips, but it is not an all-in, which leaves the door open for Phil to make a catastrophic error.
It's hard to believe that you always have a hand against me.
Look, you could see the flop and get rid of it as well.
Hellmuth takes the bait hook, line, and sinker. He looks at his ace-jack, a hand that is notoriously difficult to play against a 3-bet, and decides that Tony is simply splashing around.
I'm not looking. I haven't looked. I don't care. I know it's a random hand, and I don't got a random hand.
Wow, all that talking makes me think he's strong. I was for sure going to call before that.
15 on top, Tony. He's saying he hasn't looked, though.
He most certainly looked. Did no one see him?
He's saying you didn't look?
Yeah, you wouldn't lie, Tony, would you?
I wouldn't lie. You can
There you
check
go.
my hand if you want. You can tell him the truth.
You didn't look at either card.
I haven't looked.
You promise?
Ask Joe. I mean, I haven't
I
looked.
can't say anything, but
I'm not going to look.
it's between you and Phil.
Well, if you haven't looked, I guess I'll just move in.
All
Phil ships and Tony calls.
right, you're close. You're up there.
Oh, you lied.
Of course I lied. It's poker, Phil. What do you think this is?
That's messed up.
So messed up.
Wow.
What do you think? I'm blind? How many times do you want to run
Well, I asked you if you had looked or not.
it? You want to run it how many times?
I'll let you choose, Tony.
Three
I mean,
times.
I
Three
always
times.
lose, so. You kind of deserve to lose the first
I
one.
do deserve. I hope you win one.
Why would you lie? I mean, no, it's considered totally not uncool, man. I mean, it's not right.
I feel it's just a game.
That's etiquette, though. I mean, you don't
Phil,
say
what
you were
happens
blind
on
when
this
you were blind.
table in play is just a game. We tell whatever we want.
So
When do you
all
tell
the
the
rules
truth?
of poker are just thrown out the window, and this really bad etiquette. But
What do you think? I'm a kid, Phil.
we're talking about etiquette.
I'm
so
a poker
you're
player.
the kind of guy that goes to the golf course, and when someone's playing you a big money match, you scream in the middle of their backswing.
You think that's the same thing?
Yes, I
don't
know
think
it's
that's
the same thing.
I don't
Listen,
think so.
if you pulled all the
We're
top
talking
players,
about the
you'd get
strength
crushed.
of our hand, and I'm telling
Let's
you.
just bet
hang on.
100,000 if we pull the top 20 players. We'll ask about your etiquette.
Phil is looking for sympathy from the table, but the real court of opinion is in the comments. Was Tony out of line, or is Phil just being the poker brat? Let me know whose side you're on.
Why?
And I'm destroying you.
You
in
know
every
it's bad
part
etiquette.
of the game.
You don't say you haven't looked at your cards when you haven't looked at your cards. You don't do that.
Okay, well
it's
then
like
I'm
a
wrong.
rule of poker. It's like it's,
Well,
it's
why'd you call?
horrible etiquette. Because I thought you hadn't looked at your cards.
Come on, Phil.
Well, if you want 25,000 this bad, you can have it.
You have to
How
pay
many times
attention
are we
to the
dealing?
game, Phil. If you're a professional player, you would pay attention to me looking at my hand. We're doing it 3
Okay,
times.
how many times? 3 times?
3 times. I admit that my
You deserve to
etiquette
lose the
is
first
terrible.
one again.
I do.
So you know, for that.
Karmically, he deserves to lose all 3. What a villain. I drink your milkshake.
So they're going to run it 3 times with the winner of each run taking a third of the pot. Flop. King 9 tray.
Tony pairs his king. Phil drawing nearly dead.
How happy are you now?
Turns a jack.
That's bad for me.
River ace of diamonds.
That's kind of fair. Let's even out the deck a bit.
I mean, you showed your true colors, which is bad for you here.
Here comes flop number 2. 7, 5, 10. No help to Phil.
That's not
You
good.
really, I don't think you're the kind of guy that wants to show your true colors all the time.
Well, it's just your true colors can't escape you. You are who you are, Phil.
Yeah.
I'm sorry. That's the way I am.
Turn number 2, ace of clubs. River another 5, and Tony G takes the second run.
Don't rush. Don't rush. We might keep you in.
Queen, queen, king, and Phil picks up some outs. Turn 7, no help to Phil. It's a jack.
Whoa! You got there.
That's not cool.
No, he didn't.
No. Sorry. I was just joking, Phil. Did you believe me again? Was
No,
that bad
I didn't
etiquette
believe you.
too?
So Tony, look, you're loaning me 50,000, right?
Yeah.
Okay, look, I don't accept it.
Okay. No problem.
But good game, man.
All right. I'm sorry, Phil. I really am. I'm sorry. I think you should retire. I think it's over. I think you're not there anymore, Phil.
Good thing.
All right, thanks.
I think you should take your coach, get a tandem bike, and get the hell out of here.
Phil Hellmuth is looking down at ace-jack off suit. He is raised to $2,000, but he's up against Harlow with pocket eights. And Tony G, he's lurking, and he's not planning to stay quiet for long.
Action begins on Phil. Ace-jack, raised to 2,000. Pocket pair for Russ.
Pot.
Raises to 7,200.
Harlow is the loose cannon in this game, which means he's an amateur who's been given $100,000 to play against 5 pros. Whatever he makes over $100,000, he gets to keep. Meanwhile, Tony G folded, but this is not the last time we see and hear of him this hand.
How much more you have?
Hellmuth is fishing for information, trying to get a read on the delivery driver. Every second Harlow spends fumbling with his chips gives Phil little clues about how strong he really feels.
Phil calls and gives him the WWE stare down. Hellmuth off the top rope. The flop, 10-6 deuce, 3 clubs. Hellmuth checks the nut flush draw.
Harlow's ahead for now, but Phil's sitting there with 2 overcards, a nut flush draw, and about 27 different ways to ruin this man's whole poker career. If Harlow fires a bet here, things could get messy fast, because Hellmuth is definitely not folding this one soon. But Harlow decides to check it back to him.
The turn gives Russ a set. Hellmuth, chips in hand, leads out to 5,500.
Gotta take a chance sometime.
I'm supposed to think you're weak, right? Because you're talking?
I won't bet more than 9,000 on the river if you call.
I'm all in.
Russ Harlow, all in.
Hellmuth throws out a little feeler bet, just trying to stir the pot. But Harlow responds by setting the whole kitchen on fire. This is actually an incredible read from the delivery driver against arguably the best poker player of all time. Now Phil's got to decide if that nut flush draw is enough to pull him out of the flames, or if he's about to get roasted. He thinks for about 5 minutes and Tony G is starting to lose his patience.
So you potted it before the flop.
It's ridiculous.
What's ridiculous?
I mean, just make a decision, you know? Like, there's other people in the game, too. You're a professional player playing against a loose cannon. I mean...
Now I'm trying to make a decision for 43,000. Can you just shut the up? Call
You're a
floor
professional
man.
player?
Call floor man.
You're insulting everyone. I mean, we're here, we want to play too.
He's completely out of line here. So I
think he's completely out of line because he's been taking forever to make a decision. Against an amateur player coming in here as the best player in the world, taking 15 minutes to make a decision.
I haven't taken 15 minutes. You want to bet on that?
Well, you will.
You're
that's
so
why
out of line. You know, your etiquette's horrible. Stay out of this.
Gentlemen,
Stay out. Let's hear your ruling.
We're going to put you on the clock right now. You got 1 minute and 10 seconds.
That's your ruling?
Right.
I hope you're proud of yourself, Tony.
Story checks out.
Phil folds. Those are tears of joy.
Phil Hellmuth is looking down on 9-7 offsuit. He limps, which caps his range and invites someone to attack the dead money. Minieri obliges with an isolation raise using a suited king, a great candidate because it has blockers, plays well post-flop, and pushes the button on everyone who limped. Locke and Martinez come along, which pulls the SPR up and widens continuing ranges.
I get unstuck. I get off the tilt juice.
Hard to get off that tilt teat.
Hellmuth overcalls rather than 3-betting, a choice that keeps the pot manageable, preserves positional leverage against the razor, and allows weaker holdings to realize without facing a big pre-flop decision. This texture is excellent for the pre-flop aggressor. As the only player who routinely shows up with strong King X after raising, Minieri can c-bet profitably. The small sizing pressures ace high, punishes underpairs, and denies equity to random backdoors while risking little against slow-played traps. Hellmuth check calls instead of raising. That keeps bluffs firing, prevents the pot from ballooning versus the portion of Minieri's range that will not fold, and sets up a decision tree where Hellmuth can choose which turns to accelerate on. Multi-way callers have folded, so we are quickly moving toward a heads-up range battle that favors the in-position player's initiative and the out-of-position player's ability to trap. The second king super polarizes things. From Minieri's seat, this is a green light to barrel because his range contains far more King X than Hellmuth's limp call range. The bet around $5,300 targets exactly the hands that called once and hate life now, medium pairs and stubborn ace high, and it continues to build a pot in case he is ahead. Hellmuth's second check call is strategic. Raising isolates him against very strong holdings and folds out hands that might bluff again. Calling keeps his range wider, invites another polarized river bet, and protects the times he is bluff catching with decent showdown value. From a range math perspective, once the king pairs the pre-flop raiser's value density increases, which means the out-of-position player should avoid thin raises and lean into induce lines. Nothing material completes, so Minieri retains a nut advantage and chooses a large polar bet of $17,200. That sizing asks a capped range to overdefend, and it puts maximum pressure on one-pair type catchers that arrived here by calling twice.
Oh, man.
Hellmuth's final check call makes sense within that framework. He beats all the natural stabs that gave up drawing equity on the turn.
It's just unreal what happens to me at this place. I mean, I'm just so sick of it, you know? I mean,
I had the best on the chart, I had the best hand on the river.
What the is going on in this place? They do me
What the
kings
is going on
versus
the river? How
queens,
do you
I
call it?
flop
You always think a
trips.
bluff, I only wait for the nuts.
Moron, mother.
Hellmuth kicks things off with pocket deuce. This is a hand that only someone as wild as Phil Hellmuth can play when faced with a raise. Little does he know, his aggression will end up making him mad once again.
You were like drawing dead.
Right after making the call, Hellmuth plays one of his special cards. Complete shithousery. He directly calls out his opponent for drawing dead and bluffing him. Let's see if it will work out. Perkins completely unbothered by Hellmuth's antics calls with 8-4 suited. I guess these must be his lucky numbers, or else I don't see a reason why he would go three-way with these cards. The flop is here, and oh boy, does it deliver some drama. We have 5 with 2 jacks. Now it can be anyone's game. Let's see what Hellmuth will do here. With Perkins and Williams both showing weakness with their checks, Hellmuth will want to take control of the pot. To do that, he instantly fires a bet for $4,000. Perkins with his 8-4 suited didn't have to think too long about what to do next, and does what every one of us would do in this spot and folds. Williams, on the other hand, didn't think at all. He snap-called the bet as if he is holding the nuts and is just waiting for Hellmuth to bloat the pot some more. The turn delivers a queen of clubs, which makes things even more interesting. Now Williams has an open-ended straight draw and is looking stronger than ever in this hand. Even though the turn improved his hand, Williams still decides to check in order to see how Hellmuth will play it out first. And that's exactly what Hellmuth was waiting for. After no more than a few seconds of thinking, he fires another 4,000 bet, trying to pressure Williams out of seeing the river. For better or for worse, Williams almost snap calls the bet, which means he either thinks Hellmuth has nothing or is just feeling super lucky.
Even a 5 or a queen can counterfeit Phil's hand.
The turn delivers a king, which completely shifts the game, and Williams is now in the lead. Make sure to watch until the end to see Hellmuth going crazy after the showdown.
King.
Here it comes.
That's the ejector seat straight out of Goldfinger. Yums.
Moron, mother.
You're just not believable anymore, okay? Stop.
Hellmuth kicks things off with pocket kings. He was getting a bad beat after bad beat on this table. So now his fortunes seem to be turning around.
Hellmuth with kings now? Well, he's lipped it a bunch. Let's see if he keeps it balanced.
Hey, come on, just min-raise
he's
it.
gonna raise it.
Oh my God,
Raise it up to
why?
8.
After 3 folds, we reach Chamath with his king 4 suited. It must be his lucky hand or something, because he will call Hellmuth's bet. Unfortunately for him, though, Stanley, who is looking down on these juicy queens, is going to.
Raise it. 5,200.
There's the 3-bet. Just a call from Phil. No 4-bet. Getting the other people out. That's going to bring Keating in, I'm sure it does.
Hellmuth is probably silently screaming from happiness on the inside. This 3-bet is perfect for him, and he snap calls it. The real question is, why would Keating and Chamath pay this steep price with such marginal hands? But that, I will leave to you, the viewer. The flop comes 8-7-8 rainbow. It might not be perfect because sometimes pair of 7s or 8s gets through this 3-bet to see the flop. But Hellmuth should be reasonably happy with how it turned out for now. Stanley bets $5,000 again. And this time out, only Hellmuth will make the call, with Keating and Chamath finally taking the smart and right option of folding those weak hands.
And the queen on the turn! Oh, we're going to see some steam.
Gentlemen, I can officially attest to the fact that Hellmuth is probably the unluckiest player I have ever seen. This queen is about to wipe the calmness off of Hellmuth's face. The only question left is, will Choi play it so he extracts maximum value plus a bonus of Hellmuth's rage at the end?
That 21.
All right, 21,000.
Wow. I have a bad feeling you have me, but I have an overpair.
Yep.
Come on, this motherfucking Queen.
What's that?
You and him have endless trunks of money. He's a school teacher.
Hellmuth kicks things off with ace-5 offsuit. He is raised to $1,000, but he's up against Fishman with king-queen suited, who's a math teacher known for making razor-sharp, calculated plays.
I don't win very many pots from this spot, so.
Fishman calls. Williams calls. Deuce, jack, ace, 2 clubs, action flop.
This looks like a fun board.
Williams checks instantly and Hellmuth checks behind him, but Fishman isn't waiting around. He fires out $3,000 into the pot, repping strength and leaning on that nut flush draw.
Hellmuth raises.
This is a pretty easy call with a flush draw, gut shot, and 2 big cards.
And there it is by Fishman.
The turn brings the 5 of hearts, and Hellmuth quickly bets $15,000, now holding 2 pair and looking to extract value.
His pairs are still no good, but PH could be doing this with worse flush draws, and he's got enough behind for decent implied odds.
Fishman is behind, but still has plenty of outs to improve, and this decision should not be a tough one for a math whiz like him.
Add it all up, and Fishman makes the call.
He's looking for a club or a 10.
The river. There's the 10 completing the straight.
Fishman tries to keep a stone-cold face as he watches the river give him the nuts.
Action on Hellmuth.
23,600.
His bet is an attempt to build the pot, but Fishman with the nuts is going to try to include some serious acting.
23,600 into a $45,000 pot.
This is pretty dirty. Fishman's reverse pedaling the nuts.
Hellmuth with 2 pair doesn't know he's walking into a trap. Fishman with the nuts is going to try to include some serious acting, waiting for him to commit more chips.
I'm not going to let you do this to me again, Phil. I can't let you do this to me again.
Leonardo DiCaprio could not be selling this any better.
How much you got behind?
This is Fishman's way of trying to convince him he's not too strong. Hellmuth tries to keep as cold as possible and doesn't even answer Fishman's question.
Was there an answer to that?
Like 85 or something.
I'm all in.
Fishman shoves.
He even fake hesitated. Watch that Oscar, Leo.
I'm done, Phil.
I see method acting, improv, pantomime. If Phil calls here, the kid stays in the picture.
Ha 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 ha. This acting is so terrible that it makes you wonder if it's not a double bluff. Hellmuth is going to blow up after he sees what Fishman is holding.
This is so sick. I mean, is it possible that I just get cooled every hand I play here? You got king, queen of clubs? I mean, I guess so.
Phil's put him on his exact hand.
God, all that talking leads me to believe that. Wow.
Now, that might be real. I'd certainly be shaking either way.
All right, I call.
Hellmuth calls and sees king, queen of clubs.
Bingo! Can I even play in this game? I mean, what the they find? I mean, what the
That was a great read, by the way. You had him.
Yeah, you're a real. The guy hits a miracle 10 on me, and what? You want to just step on me?
He's a school teacher, and you and him have endless trunks of money. Endless trunks of money. He's a school teacher. For God's sakes, man.
Screaming will do you a lot of good.
Everybody limps to Negreanu's big blind, happy to take an almost family pot with the loose cannon.
Buddy, he shows you nothing. He showed me a full house.
And there goes Tony G. See ya.
The flop comes rainbow, but both Negreanu and Hellmuth hit top pair. Wiggins and Daniel check. Lack attacks the standard range poke on this dry board, hoping no one has a queen. Hellmuth immediately bumps it to protect the queen and tacks any potential draws, denying price to gutters. Wiggins gets out of the way. Daniel now springs the trap and re-raises to more than $11,000.
Phil lock.
See ya!
And tries to rep a bigger queen at Phil's, and it sets the tone that the big blind can still own boards that strike his defending range. Phil, with queen 9 in position, makes the call. He beats every bluff, ties some value, and thinks Daniel can be overprotecting a queen or leaning on fold equity. The turn pairs the board with the 2 of diamonds. That card massively reduces the number of value combos Daniel must fear. But more importantly, the pair deuce kills a lot of Phil's semi-bluff equity and makes it harder for Phil to credibly have a monster. Daniel fires 12,000. This bet is thin for value plus protection, denies free cards, and prevents Phil from realizing with hands that raised flop light. Phil calls again, which is consistent with his plan to bluff catch capped lines and keep Daniel honest on rivers. The river is the 7 of clubs, a relative brick that doesn't complete the major straight draws. Daniel checks.
A queen.
Me too.
No kicker. Ah, I screwed that up. I should have moved in on the river. Damn it. God, I'm so unlucky. Stupid. Unreal. The deuce on the turn.
Deuce on the turn saves your ass.
Sick. He's supposed to bet there. I'm going to move it in. Who are these guys? Where do they come from?
Sick.
Phil Hellmuth is looking down on pocket nines. He is mostly up against celebrities, but even in those situations, people find ways to make him tilt, and Mr. Beast won't be an exception.
Now he picks up the hand that won him his first World Series of Poker main event.
As we could have all expected, having amateurs on the table doesn't make things go fast, and people are more likely to play with random hands, as we can see by the many limpers. Slime takes things into his own hands, though, and raises to $2,400. That gets snap called by Mr. Beast, and after some weird shenanigans from XQC, 3 betted by him with ace deuce offsuit.
Mr. Beast with 150 in front of him, so.
$1.3 million retail, like 450 in inventory.
The what?
I just told the story like 3 times.
He lost a shit ton of money by tweeting out, I'm gonna give people free chocolate who like this tweet.
Oh, yeah.
Now we can observe XQC looking for the jack somewhere below the table, but as he can't find it, he decides to check, which is followed by a unison check around the table until Mr. Beast does this.
Well, you're right, 10.
I don't know what Mr. Beast has, but based on what else everybody else has.
Let me know in the comments, what is your guess for Mr. Beast's cards?
Phil's gonna call anyway with nines. Not a believer.
The turn brings the 8 of diamonds, which I don't really know how to feel about. Not knowing Mr. Beast's cards, he might have a straight or a flush draw, and I bet Phil Hellmuth is getting more and more heated with those pocket nines. After you see Phil Hellmuth's blow up, make sure to rate it in the comments from 1 to 10 of how crazy it was on the brat scale.
He has probably something good, and he wants me to bet. But I kind of want him to bet as well, so it's fine.
What's your call and you bet?
25.
You make 2 pair, 10-3?
All right, that counts. Okay, I mean, I have a queen, so you probably have a king.
You got a queen? You got me.
Yeah.
Queen of hearts, 5 of hearts.
It's like impossible that I could ever be losing in this game. The man just bet a queen
you do
5.
that for a living?
I called 5,000 under the fucking gun. I gotta have 9s or above, and he bet a queen 5 for value on the river.